you was doing jiu-jitsu when the UFC first started. So what's it like now looking at the current UFC compared to back then?
You know, I can honestly say that watching what the UFC has turned into, I think Dana White is, he's controversial. I think he's a genius.
But he's the man.
He is the man. He is, for my money, people talk about Bill Gates and Elon Musk. I think you got to mention Dana White in that conversation, because what he has done in creating the UFC, UFC is ubiquitous with MMA, right? I mean, that's it. And the way he kept it going during COVID, I know that the Fertitta brothers wanted to collapse 10 times. They wanted to shut it down, and he kept that thing alive. This guy had a vision. He saw something that no one else saw. And what he maintains now, I'm amazed by Dana White. I just think, and when I was doing the show Kingdom, Dana loved it. And he came down to the set, and he did his podcast from the set of Kingdom. And we got to spend a little time together. And, it's amazing that he only has 24 hours in a day, because what that guy gets accomplished is amazing. Yeah. So hats to Dana.
Yeah, it is.
And without that one guy, there is no, imagine this, without Dana White, there's never any such thing as the UFC.
I don't know what I'd be doing right now.
I don't know what you'd be doing.
I have no idea what I'd be doing right now, to be honest. Like, I love the comparison when people say Dana's like Vince McMahon, because Vince built the WWE up on his own back. Know what I mean? Dana's done the same with the UFC. He's built the whole organization up on his own back.
Listen, he all by himself in his vision. I mean, he's got people around him to help him execute what he wants to execute. But, like a fighter, you could have the best team, the best coaches, the best striking coach, the best grappling coach. But without you, the fighter is the guy who's gonna make it or break it, right? And that's Dana. Like, he's a fighter, and he had a lot of people around him to help him. But this thing still breeds today because that guy, And I love him. I love he's controversial. He's a thug. He's a bit of a gangster.
He tells it how it is. That's why I like him. He doesn't beat around the bush. He just gets straight to the point and says it how it is.
He's a great guy. He's a brilliant guy. So I love his answer. You know what I love, Paddy? I love when people, complaining about the fighters don't get enough money and blah, blah, blah. And perhaps that's true. I'm not a fighter. I don't, that's not for me to say. It'd be great if everybody could make more money in the world. But I love what he says. He goes, really? I don't pay my fighters enough? Why don't you start a fucking fight league and then you go pay the fighters as much as you want? And, it's like,
I've heard him say that one.
He's just a thug. He's like,